Good news, you don't need a whole ton of stuff to do elimination communication successfully, but your potty, diapering, and clothing choices can make an impact on how easy it is to navigate EC on a day-to-day basis. So if you are building your baby registry with EC in mind, or you're just wondering what kind of potty do I really need for elimination communication, or maybe you're frustrated with your current clothing or diapering choices and how it's making EC a little bit harder than you'd hoped. My name is Chelsea. I'm an EC expert and I own Flappy-Nappies, which is the only cloth diaper company that caters specifically to the EC community. And I'm about to share with you some great options for EC, including my own personal setup, which was very easy to use from day one. So let's jump right in. Your EC gear list will include potties, clothing and diapers, and some other optional accessories. Let's go ahead and start with potties. Your first question may be, do I need to actually get a potty or can I just use my toilet? Either option is totally valid and they both have their pros and cons. The main pro of using the toilet is that there is no cleanup afterwards. You simply flush and you are done. But a little potty is something that your child will be able to learn how to climb on and off of independently, much easier and faster and safer than the big toilet. A little potty is also portable, so you can bring it with you on the go. And the little potty is actually going to help your child get into a deeper squat, which is more optimal for pooping than the toilet, where your kid is kind of going to have his legs sort of straight out like that. So there are pros and cons to both the little potty and the big toilet, and I actually recommend investing in both. So let's talk about toilet seats first. If you're going to be using the big toilet with a little baby, you can actually sit backwards on the toilet with your child in the classic EC hold. This is awesome for newborns until they're too heavy for you to hold them like this, and they're getting towards being able to sit more independently. Some parents are uncomfortable sitting on the toilet with their child, or they don't really fit on the toilet with their child. So one thing you can do is you can actually hold your baby over the sink to go potty in those newborn days. Exclusively milk-fed baby poops are water soluble. So you can chuck poopy newborn diapers straight into the wash without rinsing, and newborn poops will go straight down the sink. After they're past that stage, I do recommend getting a toilet seat reducer. My favorite brand is the Baby Bjorn brand. I used this potty seat on a variety of toilets. I brought it with us traveling. It fit into just about everything I tried it in, and it was very easy to clean, and it had a great splash guard for both of my boys. But if you want something that's built into your toilet, you can actually get toilet seats with a smaller toilet seat that comes up and down for your child. This is awesome if you don't want to have anything extra, just something built into the toilet that doesn't need to be taken out and put back on. The baby throne is another great option for a toilet seat reducer that it will actually get your child into that deep squat so that your child can relieve themselves more easily. But the great thing about the baby throne is that it is a toilet seat reducer. So your baby's in that perfect deep squat, but when he's done, you can just flush. I also recommend having a travel toilet seat reducer. There are links for these products in the description. The foldable toilet seat reducer folds down small enough so that it can fit into a wet bag, which you can then keep in your diaper bag or your stroller or just in the car. So those are some great options for toilet seat reducers. Now let's talk about potties. So there are several different types of potties that you can choose from, namely lap potties, floor potties, foldable travel potties, and baby urinals. Let's start with lap potties. So a lap potty is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to be putting that lap potty in your lap, holding the baby over it in your lap, and the baby goes potty in your lap. So lap potties are quite convenient if you are recovering from the birth and you don't want to have to get up and go use the toilet or another receptacle. You can potty your baby from the comfort of your couch or bed. Now, of course, they do have to be cleaned. So you'll still have to get up to do that, or perhaps you could pass that off to your partner to do it. They're also very helpful if you are nursing your baby and trying to simultaneously go potty. So a lap potty is a useful tool. It is not an essential requirement for EC, but it can really help with the newborn period, especially if you're trying to wiggle with a newborn on your lap to nurse them and potty them at the same time. Lap potties can be kind of hard to find in the US. There are only a couple of brands that make them. The one that I was just holding is a top hat potty by Tiny Undies. Bimby Bums is a company based in Australia, which does ship to the US. So they can be kind of hard to find. If you're in a pinch, you can always use a Tupperware or a bowl instead. Let's talk about floor potties. So if you go on to Amazon, search for baby potty or toddler potty, the first thing that probably will come up is something like this. If you buy it, it's going to be huge. And that is because the average potty training age in the United States of America is 3. So this potty was designed for a 3 or 4-year-old child, not for a baby or a small toddler. Although one advantage of this is that the insert is basically a lap potty with a splash guard. I actually used it like that when I needed to use a lap potty. If you want a potty that is small enough to use with a baby or toddler, there are 3 brands that consistently are available. The first one is the Tiny Undies potty. The second one is IKEA. And the third one is Baby Bjorn. They are all about the same size. The Tiny Undies is probably the shortest, which is great for getting your child into that deep squat that we talked about. I love the IKEA potty for its shape. It is designed to be poured out very smoothly and cleaned very easily. Also, it has one of the best splash guards I've ever used. So if you have a baby boy, this is awesome. And here's a little bonus tip. If your boy is really bad about aiming, sit him on it backwards, because the back of this thing offers way more splash protection than the front. Baby Bjorn is my personal favorite. Not only does it have a wonderful splash guard, it is very sturdily built, but the best part of the Baby Bjorn potty is that it has this removable insert which can double as a lap potty. So this is kind of like a 2-for-1 type of deal. If you buy this one, you can use the insert as a lap potty while your child is in arms, and then as your child grows, you have a wonderful short potty that will last until your child is done using little potties altogether. Let's also talk about travel potties. So when you're on the go, you'll probably want to bring a potty with you. That way you can offer the potty during normal times that you notice your child needs to go. And I highly recommend having something that either folds down or is quite compact so that you can easily store it in your car, your stroller, maybe even your backpack. Some of the best ones out there include the Potette Plus. This one is a foldable potty. I believe you can get it with or without the insert that collapses. This is a silicone insert that you fold it up small, kind of like a camping bowl, and then it becomes like a potty when you all the way open it up. So then the base here has legs that fold open, and then you can put the insert onto the potty itself and your child can go potty in this. I love how this one is completely reusable. There are no plastic throwaway parts to this like some other travel potties that I'm about to show you. But my problem with this one is that it is like a lot of parts that you kind of have to assemble and unassemble, and it doesn't fold up all that small. So my personal favorite collapsible potty is this one right here, which I do have a link for in the description. I love this one because it folds down completely flat, and I can actually fit it in the pocket of my stroller. I can fit it in a backpack. It is awesome. This one you grab down here and it pops up. You can actually adjust the height of it too. You open it and it creates a little throne. Now they come with plastic bags, like these are like doggy poop bags, and you take the bag out, tear it off, and line the potty with it. This potty was a lifesaver when we went to the beach when my youngest child was about 17 months. She had been fully potty trained for about a month, and we needed to have something with us at the beach. And when you're done with it, you grab it by the bottom again and collapse it down completely flat. There are other brands of foldable potties out there. Those are just a couple that I've personally tried. The other thing is a baby urinal. Some boy moms have had more or less success with a urinal than others. I personally didn't find it very useful, but I do like to include it so that parents know that it is an option in case you want to teach your son to stand into a potty. So that wraps up which potties are best for EC. Now let's talk about EC clothing and diapers. Your first question is probably, do I even need to use diapers at all? And the answer depends on where you are in your EC journey. In the beginning, your goal with EC is not to have a fully potty trained newborn baby. You will probably be having a lot of misses still. And in fact, your goal is more potty practice. You want to help your child stay in tune with her elimination needs while still accepting the fact that you will probably have quite a few misses for a while. Most parents use diapers as a backup until their child is really confidently using the potty full time. Typically, this happens for EC parents somewhere around 12 to 24 months, with an average right around 18 months. So I'm going to divide this section into two parts. Number one, the diaper backup phase, and number two, the diaper free phase. And we're going to go ahead and start by talking about diapers. So first of all, when you're making your diapering choices for EC, keep in mind that cloth diapers and EC really go hand in hand. Cloth diapers help the EC process because your child can better feel how wet she is in cloth versus disposables. EC also helps with cloth diaper use because it greatly simplifies and reduces the amount of laundry you're going to have to deal with. So EC and cloth diapers really go hand in hand, but most of the cloth diapers on the market are kind of problematic for EC because of how much pinning and layers and snapping that you'll have to do at every potty tunity and diaper change. So this was a huge source of frustration with me with my first child. When I first started doing EC with him, I was constantly taking all of that off and putting it all back on every time we needed to go potty. It was very frustrating. So I started making my own. I love to sew, and I started to design a new type of diaper that was much easier to use with EC. My design, which I later called Flappy-Nappies, was actually a two-part diaper and belt system. So you see how this baby is wearing a separate garment right here? That's the belt. The diaper snaps to the waist belt of the baby instead of to itself. So it doesn't have front closure like other cloth diapers. What this means is that when it's time for your baby to go potty, you can pop open that diaper from the front or the back to go potty. This makes your potty trips much faster, and if you have to change the diaper, you pop the thing off the belt and you replace it with a new one. These diapers can be changed while your baby stands. So one of the big problems with regular cloth diapers is that your baby will be rolling over and trying to escape the diaper change. But Flappy-Nappies can be changed while your child is standing, which is a game changer with a mobile baby that has learned how to roll over and escape diaper changes. We now have three types of Flappy-Nappies: pocket trainers, all in two covers with snap-in pads, and merino wool covers with snap-in pads. Each of the three different types of Flappy-Nappies has its own pros and cons, and which one will be right for your family depends on a number of factors. If you're interested in learning more about the different types of Flappy-Nappies and which one might be right for your family, you can click the link in the description, which will take you to my product comparison chart and a few more demo videos. After I started making Flappy-Nappies for my oldest child, when winter rolled around again, I created something else. I took the concept of split crotch pants and I transformed them into what I call chappy nappies. Chappy nappies are different from other split crotch pants because they have snaps on the waist. So in the wintertime, instead of wearing the belt with the Flappy-Nappies diaper attached, you put the chappy nappies on your baby. You can see the crotch is completely free of material. And then you take the diaper and you attach the diaper to the chappy nappies instead. This means that you can actually change your baby's diaper without taking off pants, which is great because it'll keep your baby's legs nice and warm. It also means that when it's time to go potty in the wintertime, there's no removing of pants. The diaper is connected straight to the pants. You can pop that diaper straight open and the baby can go potty with the pants keeping the legs warm the whole time. Some of our Flappy-Nappies have cute prints that can coordinate with the chappy nappies. We also have Flappy-Nappies that exactly match the chappy nappies if you'd prefer a seamless look between the diaper and the pants. Other clothing recommendations for EC: onesies and footies, anything that's one piece that covers your baby is going to be kind of awkward to use with EC. So most EC parents look for dresses, t-shirts, kimonos, and baby gowns. Gowns are especially useful in the newborn period. So those are some great options when you're in the diaper backup phase of EC. Once you're ready to ditch diapers completely, you'll want some other types of potty-friendly clothes. Typically, right after you ditch the diapers, you're going to start with your baby going commando. This means that you're not going to be using underwear because underwear can feel too much like a diaper and can trigger accidents. So when you're ready to switch out of diapers, I recommend using loose pants, loose shorts, skirts, or dresses with regular t-shirts. You can also use split crotch pants, which are awesome if your baby is quite young and is not really able to push up and down his own pants yet. Once you feel confident that your child is solidly using the potty, you can switch to underwear and regular pants. By then, again around 18 months, your child will probably already fit into regular 2T underwear that you can get at the store. But for very petite or very young toddlers who are ready to move on to underwear, some brands like Tiny Undies do make smaller sizes of underwear. In a pinch, you can also just use baby bloomers. Those are the little diaper covers that come with baby dresses. I actually can find those at my local consignment store for $1 a piece, and they work awesome as little baby underwear. So those are some great clothing and diapering options for EC. Other accessories that you may want to consider for EC include waterproof pads. These are especially essential for diaper-free time, especially when your baby's not quite mobile yet. You'll also want to have a step stool for the toilet and or sink in the bathroom for when your child gets to the point when they can start standing and climbing onto that toilet and climbing up to the sink. This usually isn't going to be something you'll need until you're in the toddler phase. But I also do recommend having a soap dispenser that's quite easy to use for little hands. That will be very helpful when your child is learning how to wash hands independently. For product links for any of the items I discussed here and for a complete registry list for everything you'll need to do EC and cloth diaper full-time, check out the links in my description. Now, are you just learning about EC for the first time and maybe you're wondering, is it too late to start with my baby who's 10, 12, 15 months old? Or maybe you're wondering, I was doing EC with my newborn baby, but now that she's starting solids and crawling, we're facing new challenges and I'm not sure how to handle them. Well, in my next 2 videos, I'm going to discuss how to start EC with older babies, 5 to 17 months, and how to navigate common challenges with older mobile babies. So hit subscribe so that you don't miss either of those videos.